If you want to implement AI into your business, this is one of the most impactful videos you're going to watch. In the next 2 to 5 years, every business in the developed countries will have these systems implemented. Right now, businesses which implement these systems have an unfair advantage just because they've chosen to invest. Although on the long enough time horizon, everybody will have those systems. So now let's talk about what these systems are. It can be as simple as your inner automations. Think of giving AI example of how to write an email, or AI knowing how to create an agreement. So think of just using ChatGPT or Claude. And it can be as complicated as AI brain, which basically is a fancy term, but what it means in reality is that AI is connected to everything you use digitally. It learns from your processes, it creates automatically skills, it updates those skills. Think of it like a colleague which constantly learns, is available to everybody, and our employees of your company can also use it. So now let's talk about the biggest bottlenecks when it comes to implementing these systems. The first bottleneck is integrations, meaning that you don't have systems in place which are able to integrate with AI systems. Usually businesses use some legacy software, legacy incumbents which haven't opened their APIs and haven't opened the doors for AI to take and write and process information. So this is the first and one of the most major stoppers. Right now you might be using some old CRM or some software which doesn't integrate with other softwares, and you might be fine for some time, but believe me, when everybody will have AI systems in place, you will definitely get rid of them unless they open those API access. So this is the first thing you need to understand. You need to use software which actually allows AI to integrate within it. Second thing you need to understand is that AI can do anything, but it is only as precise as you are. Because if you tell it to do something new and you haven't given it any context or any existing workflow, there's a very high probability of failure. It's almost definite that it will fail. But if there is some back office work, which you do constantly, the same agreements, same stuff, same email generation, same phone calls, same follow-ups, whatever, these are things which AI can take care of. So at the same time, it can be quite creative with coming up with ideas, but you need to implement it first for repetitive tasks, which are currently consuming your workers' time for almost no reason in this day and age. Now let's talk about how to find good vendors or how to implement these systems yourselves into the company. You could use tools like Claude Code or other programming tools to implement these systems, but just because AI can create a website real quick or some mini app for your company doesn't mean that you will not spend a ton of time actually maintaining it. So a lot of companies, especially with lesser budgets, look forward to deploying these systems themselves, so founder takes their time to implement this, but let me tell you from experience, it is very, very time inefficient. So it's better to go to somebody who already has these systems in place. Now, how to choose good vendors? You have basically two options when it comes to adopting this AI technology. Either you can go to enterprise, but these guys are slow, they are quite rigid, and they are not as fast moving, or you can go to smaller companies, or maybe even freelancers. So you can find them on basic freelancing sites, but you can also check how to do this properly by finding people who teach these things. So you can search for people in your area. Maybe they provide workshops, trainings, courses, seminars, tailored specifically to developers. You can reach out to them and ask them, maybe they can recommend somebody. You can ask ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude to find you somebody. But let me tell you, we've implemented a system which recommends us very highly in those AI search engines, and those engines can be manipulated. So I'm not saying that we are not providing real services. As more people learn these techniques to make their business first in ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini in their country, area, or market, the more fake information will be out there. So it's not as trustable as of a source. I would highly suggest that either you look for training companies to find these people who can implement this for you, or you just order training. Now, the mistake which I see majority of the companies making when it comes to finding people to implement AI solutions is that they treat it like a regular IT job, especially the bigger companies. Even in my country, I see those job listings. It's not even relevant what you're writing in the job description. And the reason why it's not as precise is because people just ask ChatGPT, what are the requirements for this? And ChatGPT has no context about your business or about how to build these systems properly. So it gives you general answer. Maybe it even looks it up online on some general IT consultancy website. And also the salaries which these companies are offering are like general IT salaries. It's not even fair. Imagine you bring somebody who does 10x the work, but you pay them the same amount as somebody just doing manual coding. What I would highly suggest you do, especially if you want not to get burned, start from one project, see how it performs, if it's working well, how responsive is the vendor, because these systems break all the time, especially in the beginning. You need to tweak them constantly. It's a constant communication with the client, and with time, I'm sure it gets better with automated AI reviews, but you still need to have that communication. Then you give more projects and work from there. But what we found also works is that you propose some sort of revenue share or hire somebody part-time, not full-time. Because let's be real, the best people in the market are usually quite busy and opportunity cost right now is huge. Let me know what you think.